This routine consists of practices at different strength level. Please avoid any exercises in this routine that triggers knee pain and limit yourself to the ones you feel comfortable with. With time, slowly progress until you can finish the entire routine.
Hi everybody, this is Eli, and today I would like to share with you a beautiful Qigong routine for healthy knees. Throughout my practice, I found many people have problems and issues with their knees, and me, being an active person, I healed my knees many times from different injury, among them torn meniscus. And I found that Qigong is a great exercise, great practice to actually heal the knees. So today we'll do this routine together, and we'll see how to increase the strength of the muscles that hold the knee joint, and how also to increase the Qi flow, or the synovial fluid, in the knee joint itself. So join me for this one. Let's start.
So let's start by rubbing the hand vigorously together, generating some heat in our palms in a seated position. When the hands are pretty warm, place them onto the knees and emit that heat onto the knee structure. Massaging the knees in different techniques that we're showing here is an excellent, gentle, and effective way to increase blood circulation and energy flow in and around the knee joints and prepare us for the practices ahead. Finish the massage routine by placing both hands on the knees, closing the eyes and sending healing energy into the knees. Visualize the knees healthy, radiant, full of life force energy, and healed. This healing practice, meditative practice of sending energy, healing energy to the knees, you can do for an unlimited amount of time. When you're ready, lay on your back and start bicycling the legs, kicking the heel toward the edge until each leg is straight. And then going into rotational knee movement like we're showing here in the video. These movements are great for increasing synovial fluid in the joint without having the weight of the body placed onto the knees. Continue this until you feel that the knees are pretty warm, lubricated, and ready for the next practices. Wrapping up these practices by grabbing each knee at a time with your hands and squeeze it towards the chest. So let's stand up now and start shaking the body while knocking the heels onto the floor, rubbing the hands vigorously together. This practice of knocking the heels onto the floor while shaking said to be increasing bone density. So put your mind into the bones and into the knees while you feel the bones moving and shaking. Feel the energy in the bones while you knock the heels onto the floor. Put your mind in the knee joint while doing this movement and rubbing the hands strongly together. When the hands are pretty warm, separate them and let's start knocking and slapping on the outside of the legs, going up from the hips and coming up on the inside of the legs. So from the hips down on the outside, all the way to the ankles, and from the ankles up on the inside of the legs. Do it a few times and then hold the energy in the quads, in the leg gates like we're showing here in the video, and sense the energy, the buzzing and tingling sensation in the legs. Next, bring the feet and the knees together, cupping the knees with your palms and making slow big circles with your knees. With time, progress into bigger and deeper circles. Feel free to increase the time you spend doing this movement, as this movement known to be very good for knee health. This movement not only lubricates the joints, but also supports and strengthens the muscles around the knee joint. Next, let's bend the knees and straighten a few times, making sure that you can still see your toes while you're in the bent position. Advanced variation of this practice is shown here as well as you progressively strengthen. This is a whole body flow movement that cultivates strength, balance, and coordination. Inhale as the arms come up, standing on the balls of the feet. Exhale into a squat, making sure that you can still see your toes. Advanced variation will include gazing at your palms when you come up towards the ceiling and the sky, and when you squatted down towards the earth. Next, keeping the feet together, form a fist with your left hand. Inhale, bring the right palm palms up towards the ceiling of the sky. Hold the breath while you turn the hips towards the left. As you exhale, side fold the whole body, hinging from the hips. Once you're in the folded position, trying to keep the legs as straight as possible while pivoting the hips left and right, making this sweeping-like movement with the arms and the hands. Finishing the sweeping movement on the right side, inhale, straighten the body and the arm up. Exhale, settling the energy in the lower abdomen, and flip sides. The next movement would include squatting and turning, so it's a little bit of a more complex movement to the knee joint, so take it easy here. We're going to start in a shoulder width stance. Inhaling, bring the arms up. Exhaling, bring the arms down. Pivoting the hips left and right while doing this movement. We're going to try this movement in a shoulder width stance and in a wider leg stance to cultivate more stability and strength. When you're doing this movement in the wider leg stance, try to inhale and stretch the whole body up and lift one heel up off the floor while you stretch upwards. Exhale and bring the arms down. This next flow movement is a great way to strengthen the quad, which is known to be holding the knee joint, and while stretching the other leg. Shift the entire weight of the body on one leg, holding both elbows. Exhale as you stretch towards the leg and the feet. Inhale upwards. Again, exhale, scan the leg and the feet with your arms and the elbows. Inhale, come up. Let's incorporate some balancing into our movement. Balancing on one leg is a known way to increase stability in the knee joints while developing the little muscle, the micro muscle that hold the knee joint. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you squat down. Balancing while moving is increasing strength, flexibility, and coordination. Now let's balance on one foot, bringing the other foot knee up into a 90-degree position, keeping the knee stable in one place and making big circles with your toes. Going in one direction and then reversing sides. Let's move into a wide-legged stance. Feet are flat on the floor, toes are pointing forward, and stretch the inner thighs while cupping the knees with your hands. Advanced variation of this movement is going all the way down to a drop stance position with the feet flat on the floor and one knee is completely bent and the other leg stretched straight. Come into a forward fold and knock behind the knees on the knee joint in the inner thighs, the inner sides of the legs, the outer side of the leg. Massage the ankles, massage the knees. Next, let's come into a bow stance and squat down and bounce a little bit to stretch the back leg and the front leg. Let's come into a wide-legged stance again with both feet on the floor, the toes are pointing forward. Full body flow. Inhale, come up, bring the arms up, exhale and squat down, keeping the body upright as you squat down. Let the upper body be very light, very relaxed, while the hips and the legs are very strong and rooted. If you can, go deeply into a squat-legged position with both hands on the feet and the elbows come on the inner thigh and bounce here a little bit. Let's come into a bow stance again, but this time we're going to put both hands on the knee, cupping the knees with our hands and moving the knee in circular motions. This movement is an excellent way to stabilize the knee joints in a different leg position. So you're really working out all the muscles that hold the knee joints in different positions. Reverse direction. As you progress through this movement, go into a bigger circle and slower movement. Next practice is an excellent way to create more space in the knee joint, and it's an excellent way to reduce pain in the knee, and it goes really good with the other practices we're doing. This is called flicking or kicking. Lift one knee up in the air and kick with the toes. Try to kick with the toes and then kick with your heel as well. Here we're showing kicking to the front and then kicking also diagonally 45 degrees. Try both ways, and doing this movement for a long period of time would really help to reduce swelling and pain in the knees. Let's finish the kicking practice by shaking the legs, lifting one leg in the air and just shake it. Then shake the other leg. Last practice is a standing posture that is designed to develop strength in the knee joint by supporting the muscles that is known to be the master muscle to hold the knee joint, is the quadricep. We're shifting the whole weight into one leg while the other leg is just pointing, the toes are pointing and resting softly onto the floor. The entire weight of the body is on one foot. Squat down to a comfortable position and hold this position for a few minutes. Shift into the other leg and develop your strength over time.
For more Qi Breaks and to subscribe, visit qibreaks.qiwithellie.com. Thanks for watching.